The jury find as follows: the defendant is not guilty.
A Hollywood man's criminal charges go up in smoke, and tonight he's celebrating his victory.
Go home this evening, have a meal with my wife, smoke a fat one before it, and that's it.
NBC 6 anchor Keith Jones joins us live from Fort Lauderdale with more on this controversial case. Keith.
Well, at the core of this case, it's a criminal trial. The charges are cultivating marijuana plants. Now, the prosecution argued that 46 plants was way too much for one person for medical needs. They also called into question the medical records, the fact there weren't any for 10 years, that showing this guy he was actually medically dire. But I spoke with jurors tonight, and they say they sided with compassion here, and they deemed this medically necessary.
This case is about medicinal marijuana and hundreds of thousands of people who can use this medicine as an alternative.
Jesse Teplecki has used marijuana for years, he says, to survive day to day. He suffers from severe anorexia, and without first using cannabis, food makes him nauseous or worse, gets sick. State-approved medical marijuana wasn't strong enough, neither was any oral form, so he grew his own at his Hollywood home until last year when he was busted for cultivating 46 of his own plants. His trial ended today with a landmark decision.
The defendant is not guilty.
With hugs for his attorney, who was overwhelmed with emotion, even a kiss on his head, today's verdict sets precedent.
I have cases like this throughout the state. This is a medicine that's legal in half the country, plus Washington, D.C., plus Guam. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be a Schedule I substance.
Michael Minardi was able to prove marijuana was the only medication that improved Teplecki's condition. A litany of other drugs failed. And the fact so much marijuana was cultivated by one man for one man seemed reasonable to jurors.
He definitely showed it was not for any kind of sales and just for his personal medical needs.
For the first time in state legal history, a jury, not a doctor, not a lawmaker, but jurors decided medical necessity.
Gratifying, I guess. We're trying to just come down on the right side of the law.
In this circumstance, he found what helps.
I hope that this goes ahead and invigorates the state of Florida and all people who are being charged with cannabis to fight.
With legal precedent set for future like cases, Teplecki can now put a year-long marijuana court battle behind him and resume life as he knows it.
What kind of medical marijuana precedent this sets, we still have to wait and see. Obviously, a lot of things to be hammered out throughout the state. As for Teplecki, this case really isn't over. His attorney plans to file a civil suit against the state of Florida as well as the BSO for putting them through this whole ordeal, which they say was absolutely unnecessary. And one final note here, the judge in court did stand up and tell Mr. Teplecki, quote, "Be careful of your behavior moving forward." Live in downtown Fort Lauderdale, Keith Jones, NBC.